Hi. First of all, I just need you to see my view again. Look at this. This is my real life over here. Sorry, I just needed to show you, and you can't even really see it. Like, really see it. Oh. My background, what I get to look at when I'm processing readings sometimes when I'm out here, honestly, like, that's the reason why it's almost totally worth it to do readings out here, despite my sensory stuff that comes up, that have come up a few times in past readings. But hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're staying good to yourself, staying hydrated. I am possibly going to have like a break off in this video. It might get cut off. I am waiting on an incredibly important phone call, and so when that comes through, I will deal with that and then resume the reading after. But for the time being, I am getting me some lime cucumber Gatorade. I don't know if they have it anywhere else but New Mexico. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Which, spoiler alert. So I have that. And I brought 4 decks with me today, and so we're just gonna get right into it. I am being led to mention that I am burning sage, cedar, and sandalwood incense, and that's kind of wafting throughout the apartment and, you know, kind of flowing outside, and that's kind of nice. And I'm interested in seeing what's up. I'm already feeling like I'm being led to do things differently, so I'm going to start with the woodland wardens, and that's going to be paired with blossoms of wisdom. And I'm being led not to read from the manual, but just use this as like the guides right now. And so that's what we'll do. And then I also have here the Spheres of Heaven tarot that I may use, may not. And as always, African Goddess Rising. This one I need clarity. That's how I get clarity. So let's see what kind of energies we're dealing with first here. I need to be careful because I'm just outside with cards on a nice windy day. That one didn't want to stay. Oh, that one. Oh. Okay. Okay. So I've got 4 woodland wardens. Interesting. I ended up, okay, I'll shut up, Bex, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so we're gonna get through that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, pull from the Blossoms of Wisdom Oracle that is already just hopping out, ready to go. The flowers are like, flowers over here like, tag me in, Bex, tag me in. I love this deck. The guidebook is like a QR code guidebook that you have to like scan on your phone. Those came out super hard and fast. 444 as I say that. So something is going on with you that's like just choo hard and fast. Some of y'all think I'm out here being dirty as hell. And the truth is I am, but that's still technically none of y'all's business. Okay, so I've got 4 of the Woodland Wardens and 4 of the Blossoms of Wisdom, so I'm going to go ahead and organize them because they are supposed to be paired together, animals and flowers, which interestingly, Woodland Wardens is usually paired with a flower or a plant anyway, but it seems like the flowers are wanting to pair with the Woodland Wardens. I see what's happening here. I will explain in a moment. Interesting. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to share with you, the first energies that out of the 4 are the Ram and the Dahlia of determination. With the added energy of the cactus flower for survival and resilience. So these 2 go together. Determination, survival, and resilience. And it's already feeling like it's painting me a picture. The second one is the cayman and the poppy for dreams. And then the azalea for renewed energy and enthusiasm. The third is the marten and foxglove for mischief, followed by the hyacinth for spiritual growth and beauty. And then the last is the snail and the huckleberry, trust in the invisible. I don't know if that ever focused in. And then plum blossom for fortitude and perseverance. Hello. So we're gonna go ahead and just sit with that for now. I'm already feeling led to open up Spheres of Heaven Tarot, so we're just gonna go in that direction. And it looks like they're building off of each other, so that is also fun. I need to move things out of the way because this table is not that big for all this card stuff I'm doing. So we'll go ahead and just start shuffle-leffling with the Spheres of Heaven. Do you hear my little bird friends? Ooh. Hello. Whoa. Oh. 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 Scheiße. Alright. Okay. I am told that that's it. Cards fell out. And we're done here. Alright. Here we go. And, so out of those from the Spheres of Heaven Tarot, the first one that I have is the Queen of Swords. The second one I have is the Knight of Swords. The third one I have is the Three of Pentacles. And the fourth is the Ace of Swords. So a lot of swords going on right here. Interesting. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read from the Spheres of Heaven Tarot, and then we're gonna just get the overall clarity from our goddesses, and then wrap this up. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. Attempting transcendence. The Queen of Swords is a creature of the mind. She is well established in this mental realm and is experienced in the ways of the intellect. But she has reached a plateau in her own journey, realizing that to truly strike at the heart of things, she must let go of everything. A metamorphosis is needed, symbolized by the butterflies around her. Which, yes, she is covered, she has butterflies floating around at the top there. You see that? Look how beautiful. The Queen is on the verge of this decision, about to overcome the powerful emotions and fear of loss this step has engendered. This is the Queen's lesson to us. Our certainty is that nothing lasts. We must relinquish everything eventually as the price of transcendence. After that was the Knight of Swords. That one says lightning fast thinking. The Knight of Swords has dedicated their existence to the pursuit of a very particular grail, to capture the essence of the Logos, or divine intellect. During their journey, they have shed most of their worldly baggage, whether they're material or emotional needs. In return, they have gained an immense capacity to master the mind, rendering their intellect swift and powerful. Theirs is a mind unleashed, thoughts that can flow unhindered, the spirit of the Logos manifested with unrivaled speed. Superficial interpretations of this card often assume this knight is a warrior of some sort, but their sword is a delicate instrument, a symbol for the sharpness of the mind. When this knight enters the fray, they engage with their supreme wit. Alright, I'm going to put a little finger in. Shut up. I'm going to hold a space in the Ace of Swords, since I know I have to go back to it, and I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the Three of Pentacles. That one says explosive growth. This is the first stage of learning and decisively acting in the material world. We now understand that the forces of this world can be manipulated, and then embark on a journey to achieve some practical goal. As when learning any new discipline, our progress could be enormous due to our untapped potential. But, of course, this is not without its dangers. We must beware of losing control of our newfound power, inflated expectations, and delusions of grandeur. This card is everything right and wrong with the first active steps down the road of material action. And then the last one, oh, I don't think I showed you the Three of Pentacles. I think I showed you these cards though. Okay, it's fine. The Ace of Swords is the last one, and I will go ahead and read that. That one says here, aces are, power of the intellect. Okay, a lot of intellectual stuff going on here, so let's go ahead and get into it. Aces are symbols of potential, and the Ace of Swords is the potential of divine intellect. Our intellect is an active power that we can wield, each reaching upward to the heavens. It is also receptive, since it connects to and is reliant upon 5 senses. Armed with our passive senses and active reasoning, intellect allows us to connect to the heavens and pierce the veils of confusion obscuring reality. This allows us to walk a path of disinterested logic, cutting away the extraneous, a path that narrows as it goes from more to less, yet that we can walk in order to touch the expansive divine. This difficult past is symbolized by the holy mountain on this card. You can see it here. Of course, and I just showed you the mountains. Yo. The winding path upward mirrors the difficult journey towards self-enlightenment. By grasping the sword, we make a clear decision and take our first step down this road. Okay. I'm going to pause here and we're going to have a conversation because I see a lot of sword energy. I see a lot of this beckoning toward upper, like, expansive intellect, using wit, and being cautious of materialness. And I'm taking this pause to kind of talk about this because, first of all, what I was going to say earlier was I actually just bought some honeysuckle incense, and snails are kind of important to me. So this trust in the invisible card kind of got me a little bit, and so it's helping me channel a certain energy that I have in my life on a personal level, but also I understand it intimately as a personal person. And so I feel like we can have a conversation about these animal floral energies sitting here. And so what I'm gathering is that there are a couple of things that you need to be aware of going on in your life. I believe the energies here in the cards of the floral woodland wardens is pretty pointed when it comes to the cards of, or the tarot with it. So this Queen of Swords here, this need for metamorphosis, right? The Ram and the Dahlia ask you to lock in, I should say, we were doing so good, of this Queen of Swords energy, which is some embodying that you need to be doing in a certain area of your life. It's going to require some determination on your part. And to be honest with you, this energy feels like it is determined to break out of you. That feeling of the war being a lot more about fighting it with your head. You know, you have the survival and the resiliency already. So these were the three cards that just kind of felt like they made sense together. Your Queen of Swords energy needing to be, you know, laced with the determination that your survival and resilience already preset in your Queen energy, you know, is calling out to you. I think this is calling out to you. I think that this is in need of breaking free in you, it feels like. I'm sensing freedom vibes, right? The Knight of Swords is also asking you, you know, this is kind of like your traveled self. I'm also gathering, you know, since there might be some two-spirit energy in here, or some, like, you know, genderqueer energy in here, so it's feeling like you have some divine masculine, divine feminine kind of like energies that are interlocking, which, you know, society would have you believing that those two are at opposites and it's so hard to integrate them, but actually, like, what they want so bad is to be integrated. It is natural for your divine polarities to be mixed together. Like, that it does. Anyways, I'm off my soapbox for the time being. It feels like this Knight of Swords, right? This intellect that they're talking about. The Cayman and the Poppy tells you to focus on your dreams. Because in those dreams, you will find renewed energy and enthusiasm on your journey. And you are, whether you like it or not, on a journey. That you. The third one is interesting. The Three of Pentacles is like, it's like a pleasant warning. And your Three of Pentacles talks about the riches and the wealth that you are inevitably going to be stepping into. Interestingly, I do my own personal readings before I step onto this channel and do readings for you, and so what I will say about that is, in my own reading, I was given a similar kind of pleasant warning when it comes to money. Let's be fucking real with you. As soon as someone finds out that you got a little pocket change extra, people come knocking at the door with all of their bills. And the nanosecond any of this leaks out, you will be met with mischief. I'm just gonna let you know there will be fuckery afoot. That is what happens. And in this, it feels like because these energies are calling themselves out of you, they are natural within you, these are also going to cause natural ripple effects. So it's shenanigans afoot when this kind of abundant money is involved. And you are being called to rely on the spiritual growth and the beauty within. You have done the work. You are not a queen and knight of swords just because. You didn't wake up like that. You did the spiritual growth. You are a beautiful entity as a result of that. And so yeah, the shenanigans are coming. That fucking happens. No big deal. This is still you. But just remember, both of these cards are also telling you to let that brain, that consumer brain, the part of you that wants to hoard it and not save it and take care of it and foster it and invest it, these two cards are telling you gotta look into your brain about money shit. And I think it's because of the fucking shenanigans, alright? So just keep that in mind as the reading goes on. The last one was the Ace of Swords, the mountaintop. Look at that. And this is this Ace of Swords energy, and I want to read it again because I really enjoyed it. The power of intellect. Again, we're talking about your mind. So this is a very mind-heavy, very witty, heavy kind of reading. It almost feels like you're being called to use all those little tools that you used in your previous life to prepare for the next phase, but you have been refined. You're no longer a blunted piece of iron that gets chucked at people willy-nilly. You're not some like renegade weapon that is being used anymore. You are holding the sword in your hand. You are the master of your own weaponry. That's the energy that I'm getting here. Potential, divine intellect. And I love this. The difficult path is symbolized by the holy mountain on the card. The winding path upward mirrors the difficult journey towards self-enlightenment. So you've taken that sword, you've grasped that, and this is the indication of this. And so what I'm gathering here is that this ace, this potential, this Ace of Swords, this potential that you've cleared out for yourself, the way that you, and there's a hand on it. So like, look at that. That outline, that's your hand on your sword, and that is the mountain with which you have consecrated with the divine one. And this is Snail in the Huckleberry. It was asking you to trust in the invisible. And you did. I can tell that you did. This is something that's already in you. Trusting in the invisible doesn't seem incredibly hard for you to do at this stage of everything. I think for you right now, fortitude and perseverance here really signifies that like you should have some fortifying. I've been hearing a lot in the spiritual side of things, the little spiritual world, as it were. I've been hearing a lot about fortifying and protecting your energy, protecting your peace, and doing a lot of like spiritual hygiene and cleansing. And so, perseverance, the trust in the invisible is the first step. When you're facing this mountain, when you're facing the divine at that capacity, the first step is the trust in the invisible. It's a mountain, yes, but the invisible forces guiding you there, are bigger than that mountain. And so you are being asked to fortify yourself, continue on your spiritual cleansing, continue working on that spiritual hygiene, continue to fortify yourself, because and to keep going. Perseverance is all about, is laced throughout this reading. It feels like your perseverance is being called out of you, because you're about to, you're probably gonna have to deal with some fuck shit. It's not all sunshine and roses over here. You're gonna have to deal with BS. You can't control everything. You can't control the weather, Jackie. And so you're just kind of being called to, it's almost like you're being called to do the same shit different day, but in preparation for something that's going to feel very foreign and yet very familiar to your old self. You know what? Now that I say that, it definitely feels time to go ahead and crack open the African Goddess deck and get some Clarity Goddesses up in here, because when I said that, I felt like, yeah, it is both and. I like the saying both and. Like, you get the two options, and then in addition, it's both and. I almost had all them cards flying out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one because it was calling out to me. Yes, that's what I thought. That card coming out makes so much sense. Let's see. Oh shit. Bow, bow, bow. Oh shit. Oof, oof, oof. I don't know. Am I supposed to grab those? Come on, Divine. Yes, mama. Yes, mama. Yes, okay. 4 cards, 4 all around. 4 is clearly significant to whoever's watching. 4 must be like your thing. So yeah, let's get into it. The first card that came up was Queen Nefertiri, Alchemy. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just watched the 10 Commandments. And Anne Baxter, to this very day, is this... I know that Nefertiri was a black woman, okay? But some of her quotes in that movie are absolutely insane. Anyways, we're gonna get into it. That's the first one. The second one was Aunt Nancy of Betrayal. The third one was Queen or Goddess Atete of Worthiness. And the third one was Inkosazana of Celestial Alignment. Let's have a chat. I'm actually going to go in order of the way the cards laid down because they were not in order when I pulled them. But we're going to go ahead and start with the Queen of Swords energy is calling out to Queen Nefertiri of Alchemy. And it was talking about fuck around with me. You see me pulling in real time. Fuck around with me. I'm going to quit pretending I'm not an actual oracle, okay? And look at this. Metamorphosis. What is that but a form of alchemy? Let's get into it. Number 38, because we read from the manual in here. Queen Nefertiri, goddess of alchemy. Nefertiri was a legendary Egyptian queen whose name means a beauty has come. Celebrated as a goddess and her husband's equal, Queen Nefertiri led a spiritual revolution worshipping Aten, the sun god. Aten is actually another name for Ra. Guidance. It is time. You turn everything that life throws your way into gold. You are on the path of fulfilling your purpose, embodiment. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare to transmute lead? What the fuck did I say about the Ace of fucking Swords? Dare to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. I am loved fully. What does it look, taste, and smell like to be loved unconditionally? I am happy and healthy. See it. I am a money magnet. What does it feel like? Declaration, everything I touch turns to gold. And I think that's the thing, is the queen is talking about, you know, this having to do with a more intellectually savvy space in the face of a lot of like material wealth and possession and experience, right? This is asking you to transmute everything material into divinely intellect, like a divinely led intellect. You know, it is asking for a metamorphosis of something that you haven't, the Queen of Swords of a material plane hasn't quite gotten there yet. And again, alchemy It comes with the need to embody the Ram and the Dahlia of determination. Yep, we're getting right back into it. You are good at the survival. You are also good at the resilience. That is what an alchemist does. Get into it, get into it. The next one, E in Kosazana, celestial alignment, number 41. And that one goes with our Knight of Swords. She's the healer of healers and the teacher of teachers, whose love for humanity makes the corn grow. She dwells in foamy waters, but is known as the heavenly princess. As above, so below is celestial alignment. Guidance, your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. No one can take from you what they didn't give you. Embodiment, how do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. Celestial alignment is being in sync with the energetic feeling, the frequency of the sacred. Everything that you desire is in that frequency. Match it with your feelings. That is the goddess energy. Declaration, I am always being guided in the right direction. So what were we talking about? This well-traveled King of Knights energy here. And in his intellectual mind, right? And then we have the Cayman and the Poppy here with this Knight of Swords talking about dreams, right? Paying attention to your dreams. Yeah, we can do you often think about what you want on this journey, that makes sense, but you're being asked to step into the feeling space. Your divine masculine energy is needing to step into feeling space, while your divine feminine energy is being called to step into witchy space with this alchemy card. And so, yeah, you're over here with the dreams, with the Cayman and the Poppy, needing to do that, and renewed energy and enthusiasm. Celestial alignment is all about renewing your energy and experiencing the enthusiasm of the journey. That is all. I mean, look at this. Look at all this enthusiasm. Look at all that. So that makes sense to me. I'm always being guided in the right direction. The next one, Aunt Nancy, shadow goddess of betrayal. And that one says, Anansi or Kwaku Anansi, the Akin spider or trickster god and sacred clown, snuck into our global folk tales. While Gullah Geechee children heard tales of Aunt Nancy, the trickster spider woman, the Guyanese parents of the author entertained them with Nancy stories about a witty teen spider. Shadow guidance, who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. This is not the first time Aunt Nancy's come up in our readings. I'm keeping an eye on you. Embodiment, betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayals make it difficult to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? Declaration, I am willing to know the truth. This is in the Three of Pentacles energy. We have this kind of like dual energy of wealth, but also the dual warning of the mischief that occurs when wealth is in the picture, and how your spiritual growth and beauty are the way to kind of like manage and navigate this, and it's interesting because like I had kind of a little bit of curiosity about this mischief card when it comes to the wealth, and yes, I want to know, the betrayals of others mirror the betrayals from yourself, and I think that the mischief that's coming is probably due in part to the fact that there might be people in your life that damn well shouldn't be there anymore. Which means we're gonna go into, because I ain't got really much else to say about that. I think we've been on that journey enough. Certain people you need to cull, you need to prune from your life. They are part of the reason why shenanigans occur. And yeah, I think that the people that are up and coming, the mischief that's you know, in escrow due to the uptick in money. I mean, what did Joyner Lucas say? No, I don't know you for the 4th time. We do not share the same bloodline. It's going to be that kind of energy for you. It's going to be a lot of people laying in wait, trying to like suck off the teat of your success. And the question really is like, bitch, do you not know they gotta go? At the very least, from your presence inside. Whatever shenanigans they do out in the public eye, or whatever ridiculous mischief they get into, don't betray yourself in that process. But anyways, moving on. I think I said everything that I needed to say about that one. We're moving on to the last one, Goddess Atete of worthiness. And that one says, Great Goddess Atete, Queen of the Gods, is a fierce protector of women and girls of the Oromo people of Ethiopia. Guidance, stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. Embodiment, you matter. Worthiness is your veins. Accept yourself now. Your birth certificate says that we need your overflowing magic, joy, and vulnerability, and most importantly, we need you. You are deserving and worthy. The beautiful parts of you that everyone likes are worth loving. The parts that you or others dislike are worth loving too. Your creator loves you unconditionally. Goddess declaration, I matter. And this is with the Ace of Swords, the holy mountain energy, wielding your own power and possibilities in your hand. You are worthy. Okay? Your creator loves you unconditionally, and you gotta trust in that invisible force, that invisible unconditional love that doesn't feel tangible. Okay? You gotta do that. Fortitude and perseverance. Fortify that. You keep forgetting that you're worthy, and I think that's the reason why Aunt Nancy keeps showing up talking to you about the betrayals that you do to yourself, because yes, people betray you, absolutely they do, but at a certain point you do have more power. Yes, as a child, you were brought up as a child, you were raised as a child. I know society fucked us all up, okay? But now in your adult space, where you are wielding your own potential in your own hand, it is time to trust in the divine. Be in your beautiful snail and honeysuckle energy. Huckleberry energy. See, I can't read shit. I'm over here talking about honeysuckle, incense, and it's a huckleberry. It don't matter. Step into it. Fortify yourself, though, in the worthiness that the divine gave you as birthright. That's what it feels like is happening here. So, yeah, this is pretty comprehensive. This makes sense to me. I think it's definitely safe to say it's time to reestablish yourself within your spiritual space. And I'm hearing a lot of like spiritual hygiene conversation. So it might be time for you and I to alter spiritual practices, which I have been doing. I actually kind of got that message of my own spiritual practice a few days ago, and I have been doing it differently, and it has been beautiful. It has been nice. I do feel even more connected to my divine sources, my ancestors, my gods, my team, you know, and all of that. And I have been feeling a lot more connected now that I have taken my practice in my own hands as I face the mountain. I have too taken my potential, you know, and grafted it in with the beauty and the fullness of my divine intelligence and my divine connection. And so I pray and hope and bless you with that opportunity as well. Some of you are probably getting little knockings and whatnot. I'm gathering that there might be some new members in your spiritual team you need to acknowledge, and so just be looking out for the signs and synchronicities. It looks like you're probably on your way to meeting a new powerful entity that's going to help you in this next phase as your both and energy really continues to flourish and ascend and transmute and all of that, all of the beautiful ascending things that happen. So I just wanted to tell you that I'm incredibly grateful that you came. I'm really proud of you. I cannot wait to see your metamorphosis. I cannot wait to see the way that you alchemize yourself in the world. I cannot wait to see how you kick that part of yourself that betrays yourself out the door. And I can't wait for you to embrace the divine worthiness, you know, that you were always meant to feel. I love you. I'm gonna go hound the people that were supposed to call me and see what's going on with that. And I will chat with you guys a little bit later. Bye.